Welcome back to Over 55. I'd like to introduce our guest, Ted Wernham, who is, I'm going to say, a wealth coach. Welcome to our show, Ted.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people know you because you've had a very great career.
Been there, done that.
Got the T-shirt. Now, over the past, I guess, few months in our show, we've talked to people about retirement and getting prepared for retirement other than financial, because there's a lot of other things that come into retirement. Now, you're a financial coach. Maybe you can tell us about that side that they have to prepare, and that I know you try to mix the two together. So maybe you can tell us.
It's an excellent topic to work with because most people only retire once in their lifetime. And most people, as they get closer to retirement, Ron, realize it's not a do-it-yourself project. So there's no sense making mistakes that other people have already made. And what I do as an income and personal asset manager is talk with individuals about that transition. And I know on your show in the past episodes, you've talked about the social implications about retirement, which is a very wise approach. And I congratulate you on that, because retirement means different things to different people, except for the benefit of being able to acquire not necessarily the assets they need to retire on, but to have the friendships and the connections they need to thrive on. And there's a big difference. You can retire with all the money in the world and be miserable.
That's true. I mean, you like you say, you can have the money, but if you don't have someone, a loved one, or friends to share it with or share experiences with, you're going to be a hermit. You're going to be a rich hermit, but you're still not enjoying life. And life is more than just having a strong bank account. Well,
it's much, much more than that, and that's what we work with individuals as they come up into this, whether they're close to retirement or new into retirement or a long way into retirement, to talk about that sort of thing. And one of the things that we do, I'd like to share with you and those that are viewing, is our blueprint, our retirement blueprint, the scorecard that we work with to help people start thinking about what's important for retirement. Can I share some things?
Sure, go ahead. I'm glad to.
One of the questions that we ask individuals, way before we even talk to them about what assets they might have, is this: will you be taking care of any elderly relatives?
Right, because that's
years?
Yeah, yes or yeah, no, but I know what you're saying.
Then, if you don't have any elderly relatives to take care of,
right,
will you have anyone to take care of the elderly you?
And that's great thinking, because we always think we're going to be great survivors and we're going to be healthy till the day we drop dead.
Women today have a very significant responsibility, and a lot of them have stepped right out without complaint, and I admire them for that. They make 2 phone calls at the end of their business day. The first phone call is to their kids to make sure that they're home and that they're safe. The second phone call is to their mother to make sure that she's at home and hasn't fallen.
And that's important. Last week we had Meals on Wheels, and one of their services was, well, I thought was delivering meals, but it was that safety of that somebody answers the door and they're there every day.
Now, those are the questions we start with. The scorecard that we work with,
right,
ask if there's the elderly situation there. Let's take a look at another situation that's more socially representative than fiscally representative. We work through a process rather than talk to people about product. And that's a very important thing, because for a lot of people, when they think about retirement, Ron, they think, okay, I'm going to go into the bank or to my broker or to the credit union or to the trust company, and we're going to talk about product. Far from it. We need to talk about process. So here's another one. Will you be living in the house in your retirement that you're living in right now?
And I'll say no.
Correct. So let's talk about what that means. For a lot of people, they'll say, no, I think that I'll downsize. And so we'll walk through that process. Downsizing doesn't mean paying less.
No, I found that out, yes.
Okay, good for you. Because for a lot of people, they'll say, well, my house is my retirement, Ted. So when I get close to retirement, I'll sell my house. And I say, and live where?
Exactly.
Well, I'll downsize into something less expensive. But you and I both know the most significantly rising real estate component on the market today are single floor condominiums.
That's right, looking for people that want to downsize.
And that means that the price has a tendency, because of the demand, to rise up. Now, can I ask you another question? Something that we want to take a look at. Do you think that you're going to live to age 85?
No.
Well, that's a very important fact. And I've sat down with individuals who say, I've never given that any thought. And that's another part of the process that I'm encouraging your viewers to think about, because longevity is a significant problem today. For people that are sitting in retirement at 60, 64, 66, we're talking about 20 years.
That's a long way away.
It's a very long way.
You almost said the word.
It's a very long way away. And you have to be healthy to get there.
That's true.
So for individuals that say, no, I don't think that I can plan that far ahead, I don't think that that longevity is going to be there for us, then automatically we change the dialogue and say, all right, if we don't have to worry about living too long,
right,
let's plan for dying too soon. Let's take a look at that.
Right. I know we've had a financial advisor for many years, and we joke that, we can live till we're 83. And, like, what do we do when we're 84 if we live to 84? So it's a critical question, and people don't realize age until they hit a certain plateau, and then they start thinking of, how long do I have to live? And
well,
nobody knows.
The lady that was 93 that inherited a very large estate from her sister when she passed away, wrote the check for us to take care of it and the proper product for her to have for her age. And she said, Ted, if I had known I was going to be worth this much money at the age of 93, I would have had a really good time just getting here. So the concept is for people to know how much money is coming in on an annual basis and to know that it's guaranteed for the rest of their life.
Right.
It's a very critical issue, and unfortunately, I talk with a lot of individuals who've got assets, but retirement assets are not as important as retirement income.
True.
You've got to be able to know where the blueprint comes from. So here's another question I'm going to share with you, if I could.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Go ahead. This is interesting.
Take a look at this. I feel in control of my financial future.
To a point, yes.
All right. Very important to be able to take a look at that. So what we do for individuals is we say, here's a stream of income. Now there's 11 different streams of income that you can attach when you're retirement. Some of them are Canada Pension Plan benefits, old age security benefits, but did you know that the government takes back the old age security benefit if you've unfortunately saved too much money for yourself?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that or don't know what the number is, thus the financial advisor.
Because if you have to give back old age security and John next door and Mary on the other side both get it, you're saying, wait a minute, because I've saved money, the government's taking away to what I would be otherwise entitled? Yes, that's the truth. So when we find out where that person's going to be in their longer term years, we say, how much is it that you're going to give up based on your current model? And if you give up old age security benefits, Ron, it's giving up money. It's not giving up tax credits.
Okay, Ted, so far, great, interesting. We're going to go to a commercial break and come back with Ted and continue this conversation, which I think is very interesting to all of us.